Now, hundreds of years of history came to an end today as the Southwest's longest-serving lighthouse keeper left his post for the last time. The Lizard Light in Cornwall is the last one in the region to be automated.
In the second of two special reports, James Old looks back at the end of this era. And James joins us now live from a very dramatic location on the Lizard. James.
Yes, it flashes every 3 seconds, shooting a beam of light 26 miles out to sea. But from today, this lighthouse, which is so crucial to seafarers negotiating the treacherous Lizard Peninsula, is being operated automatically, controlled by a computer. This morning, a short ceremony marked the end of an era. The Trinity House flag was lowered and the old foghorn sounded for the last time. The keepers who work here at the Lizard Lighthouse have stood down because now their work is done.
Called becoming good. Plymouth, northerly, backing southerly 6 or 7, decreasing 4 or 5. Showers, mainly good.
I want to marry a lighthouse keeper and keep him company. I want to marry a lighthouse keeper and live by the side of the sea. I'll polish his lamp by the light of day.
With 40 years in the service, Eddie Matthews is Britain's most senior lighthouseman. But he's one of a dying breed. Today, his last shift as a keeper comes to an end. The Lizard Lighthouse is to be controlled and monitored, like every other in the southwest, by a central computer.
Everything will be controlled from Harwich, and they will tell me if anything goes wrong. And the real difference for me is the fact I won't have to do a night watch. I can have all time in bed, first time for 40-odd years. Personally, I think it's the saddest day of my working life. To me, it wasn't a job, it was a way of life. And it's tradition. And we're consigning all this now to history. Now, personally, it's a very, very sad day.
A lighthouse has stood on this site for 300 years. It's reputedly the biggest lighthouse complex in the world. And until recently, it had the last working engine-driven foghorns in the country.
This one used to be one long blast, one short blast every minute. The new one, high-pitched, is one every 30 seconds. And it's going to take a little bit of getting used to. Because we used to call this the grunter, and the new one we call the screamer.
The changes at the lighthouse mean there's a great deal for the local community to get used to, not least the loss of 5 keepers and their families.
It's the eyes and ears. We're losing eyes on the coast, which is a very sad thing. Plus the fact that I think it's disappointing that lighthouses had to be automated in the first place. They call it progress, but it's very disappointing to see.
Oh, well, that's not English.
Eddie Matthews was offered the chance to become Britain's last ever keeper, working out his retirement at the final British lighthouse to be automated. But he's a Cornishman. He was born on the Lizard. To be the Southwest's last lighthouseman is honour enough, he says, but he's still sad not to be handing over to a younger man.
What job can you have where I can have all the time in the world off, I can do what I want, and I'm my own boss, and I live amongst scenery as beautiful as this? I do. I feel very, very sad that nobody's taking my place.
Well, we've moved now into the bowels of the lighthouse, and I'm surrounded by the boxes of electronic tricks which have made the job of the keeper here at the Lizard no longer necessary. Also with me is Rear Admiral Patrick Lowe, who is the Deputy Master of Trinity House, which is the body which operates and maintains lighthouses. Rear Admiral, this is a bit of a sad day, really, isn't it?
It is a very sad day, but sadly you can't stop modern technology, and that's what this is about.
Is modern technology as safe for the modern seafarer as having a man here making sure the light is burning?
Absolutely. Of that I'm convinced. We've built in lots of redundancy into the system here. There are more than one lamp. If a lamp fails, another one comes in. Power supplies fail, we've got alternatives. Optic rotation motors, everything is duplicated. And if I thought there was the slightest doubt that the safety of the mariner was at risk, we would have halted our automation program.
Now, what about those who say that having the eyes and ears on the coastline here is also useful, not so much for shipping, but people who use the inshore waters and the coastline, etc.
Yes, I can't deny that. But that actually is the job of the Coast Guard. For the lighthouse keeper, his prime task was to ensure that the lights were kept burning.
Rear Admiral Lowe, many thanks. Well, Craig is here too. He spent the afternoon looking at the crucial weather forecasting operation that's gone on here for years.
Well, with me is David Spurgeon. He's one of the three keepers here. Of course, he retires today, but I understand, David, you've got a particular interest in meteorology.
Yes, I've been doing observations for the Met Office for about the last 25 years. And this is the computer that we now use to send this information off to Bracknell.
Okay, so you've got your computer, you've got your record book here, but what about the instruments you've got outside?
Well, outside we've got a Stevenson screen, which contains the wet and dry bulb, which are very important because you need those to get the relative humidity. And also there's a maximum and minimum thermometer in there.
And rainfall, we've had a lot today.
Yes, there's a rain gauge outside that we record every day at 0900, and that's sent off as well.
So you only record the rainfall once a day, but the other ones every
2 hours.
Wind?
Yes, we do the wind every 2 hours.
You've got an anemometer here and...
Yes.
And finally, sunshine. There hasn't been much today. Have you got a sunshine record?
No, they keep one of those well away from us.
To save your embarrassment, don't they?
I believe so.
Now, you're all leaving, you're all retiring, so presumably no more weather data from the Lizard?
No, Mr. Matthews is going to carry on here as the attendant, and he's going to carry on doing the weather reports.
We got some nasty stuff to come overnight, then an improvement.
It's fairly awful at the moment. I must say it's very, very cold wind, isn't it, Craig?
Time to get to the pub, I think,
James.
So. Well, that's it from James and Mere here at Lizard Point, the most southerly point in England. It's goodbye, and we're going inside to get warm.